is helping out today. Thanks, sir or madam.
I don't think you said the last name right. It's Norgidor.
Norgidor. Oh, I didn't know that there was like a little accent that I had to throw in there. Hey, Mark, hello. Thanks for holding on.
Hey, guys, what's up?
What's going on, Mark?
Big fan of the show.
Hey,
Big
thanks.
fan of the show.
What's up?
I just heard you guys talking about, going to heaven, and I grew up Catholic, so I understand where you're coming from. I still consider myself a Catholic, but
good for you.
Yeah, I love that, and that is making my day.
There you go.
But I'm also gay, so I can kind of see where.
Good for you.
Heaven. Oh God.
No, yeah.
Shit. But yeah. So I just wanted to let Cody know that the priests I've talked to don't think being gay is a mortal sin. So I don't think it'll.
Well, I mean,
were they trying to get one with you?
I mean, society moves culture, and I mean, it's not 1955 anymore, despite what the Republican Party would like you to think. So yeah, even in the Catholic Church, I mean, you've got a pope that's being like, "Hey, stop screwing around with, stop trying to kill people because they're, into somebody of the same sex or whatever." But
and I mean, the church hierarchy I could care less about, but it's the people in my local Catholic community. They were so open when I came out, and they're the most loving community. So I don't really go by what bishops or some activists say. So I just that's what keeps you active in the church, is what you're saying. It's the people, and my family is all. They still go to mass and everything.
Sure.
And I just love being with them in the community. So it's helped me, that's for sure.
Well, I told thank you, Mark. Congratulations on all of your activities. I don't know what I told my brother at my dad's funeral mass. I said, boy, all the Cox kids going up and just getting the blessing is going to be a weird look, because none of us siblings go to church anymore. So rather than sit there and just have my mom go up and take communion, you go up and you cross your arms over your chest, and you don't take communion, but you get a blessing. And I said, it's going to be a weird look for all of us to do that. The Cox kids aren't taking communion.
You go up and hit him with a DX.
I do, yeah.
I meant
to give it to you.
I meant to ask you yesterday, but I must have forgot. How did your sister...
Or Wakanda Forever.
I did, yeah. I said, rip Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
What?
How did your sister take your dad's death, since she's the youngest?
Well, we all had a hard time with it. I mean, she has had the shortest time with him, but again, I'm the only one who left home, right? My siblings live within 15 minutes of each other and my parents. So even though my sister was born, she was 7 months old when I went off to college, and I never lived at home again. So she was kind of in, my middle brother's right behind me, and then my youngest brother is 5 years behind me. So my sister was kind of raised, forget she's a girl, so she was raised differently than us, than her brothers, but kind of largely by herself. But she lived longer with and around my dad than I did, right? I lived with my dad for 17 years, and then I went off to college and then to seek my whatever. My dad, when we were having various conversations, the last week that my dad was around, and again, we were getting pretty good at deciphering what he was saying, because, we didn't have his teeth in and he was pretty looped up. But we had some very good conversations.
Listening to all that mumble rap paid off.
It really did, yes. I said, can't we put my dad's grills in, please, just to make him comfortable? But he told me that he was, very proud that I had gone out and made a name for myself and that kind of stuff. Because, this is to a lot of people, this is a very frivolous life. And so if you have the support of your parents, if your family thinks that you're humorous or that you're funny or whatever, that goes a long, long way toward you thinking that you can go out and do it. But to answer your question, my sister's son, my nephew Gavin, is only 12, and he and my dad were thick as thieves. So he's had a hard time with it, and my sister too. I mean, we've all, this is what I was kind of saying to people, is that when someone dies, you all lose a different person because you knew that person in a different way. I knew my dad differently than my siblings did. obviously differently than my mom did. So it's like you each lose a different person. And so, we all take it in different ways. It's funny, after my dad's funeral, when everything was all done, we all kind of went back because the cemetery was not near the church. It was about a 40-minute drive to the cemetery because my mom wanted him. Their plots are near my mom's parents' plots. So it was not near where we live or where they live. And so we all went back and regrouped and changed out of our, I was wearing a suit and all that kind of stuff. And we all met at my brother's house, and we all just sat in the backyard and had some drinks and told some stories. And my sister-in-law, I was talking about how, I don't even know how it came up. And my sister-in-law, Gwen was telling a story about how I'm a terrible consoler, right? And I said, well, I just haven't had that many people console me along my life. I've mostly been a lone wolf. And I said, what?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh what?
Lone wolf? Red flag.
Oh, no, yeah, okay. He kept to himself. And so we're all, having a couple of pops, and my sister-in-law goes, oh, I always thought of you as the sensitive brother in the family. And I said, she's married to my youngest brother. They're actually divorced now, but she's, they have kids and she's around. And I said, really? I said, because every single person in the rest of my life thinks I'm a robot. And she goes, oh, no. I always thought you had the soul of a poet. And I look at Gwen and I said, I am going to ride and Gwen goes, that is going to stay in this backyard and you will never utter it again. I said, oh, you wish. Because my wife loves to kick me in the balls about how I'm not, I said, I'm not sentimental or anything, but it's not that I'm devoid of emotion.
You're a poet,
I just don't
apparently.
freak. I know.
Old poet soul over there.
You know what I'm doing? Every time I look at Gwen, I go, you know why that is? SOAP. And she's like, I don't ever want you to mention this again. So now when she recounts this anecdote, she talks about how hammered my sister-in-law was. I go, no. We had just gotten there. Everybody was like one drink in. She was not hammered. And so I'm going to ride that. That's going to be my answer to anything now. If I'm having a conversation with Gwen and it doesn't go my way, I'm going to go, soul of a poet. I don't know what to tell you.
Are you also going to start writing poetry?
Of course. I'm good at rhyming.
Yeah. Are you?
But I told my ex-sister-in-law, I said, you would be the very first person ever in my life to say anything along those lines. So you're out there on an island, including my own wife.
So what does that mean to have a soul of a poet?
Apparently she thinks I'm a sensitive soul. I don't know. I said, all evidence to the contrary. I said, you clearly see something in me that no one else sees. And that's what I said to Gwen, too. I just looked at her, I said, clearly, listen, all it takes is for one person to see something in you. Obviously, that is the very, very, it would never even occur to me to think of myself that way. We just thought it was funny that she said that because it was so out of character.
Right, and also she probably just hasn't spent enough time with you.
That's probably it too. Who knows,
I would
right?
say it's a huge factor.
That's a huge, huge factor. But really, how much time do you have to spend with someone to know their personality? I mean,
9.5 years.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, well, then she definitely has not spent enough time with me. Hey, Kyle.
Yes, hello.
What's going on, Kyle?
Nothing much. Mind you, if you remember correctly, or if you remember at all, I'm the Hermetic guy from undergraduate studies.
I'll take your word for it.
All right, go. I was just mentioning, I heard that Poundcake was having issues with morality and if he's going to go to hell or should probably be focused more on life. I was thinking he should probably be reading more about, people like Marcus Aurelius or Seneca or Epictetus, people that were actually more into the idea of doing good for good's sake and actually living a good life without worrying about merit.
The Stoics.
Keep in mind, the Stoics, yes. These guys, mind you also, if Poundcake's worried about learning from pagan philosophers, keep in mind these guys inspired Thomas Aquinas too, so instead of worrying about score and, if he's going to go to hell or heaven, he might as well just try to learn how to be a decent human being on Earth.
Is there
I've got some books on Stoicism I can give you, Poundcake, if you want to read up on it.
Right, listen, that's not going to work.
No, it's not, but I'm here for options.
Is there a reality TV show spin-off of those books that he could watch.
This guy likes to read Marcus Aurelius, and now he's trying to figure out how to get into heaven. I don't know.
Stoic wives or something like that.
You're doing a real deep dive on a shallow situation here, Kyle.
I understand. Anyway, take care.
Okay, thank you. There's Kyle.
You can give me the books. And
Does that blow your mind, though, that there's people that just want to be good for goodness sake?
Yeah, I don't believe those people. I feel like those people have something to hide. I don't believe that for a second.
They have something to hide.
You think people just are being good to try and hedge their bets?
They're trying to
not just trying to be a better person.
They're trying to up their credibility.
But here's what I will say to you. Here's what I will say to you. I don't care why someone is trying to be a better person.
Okay.
As long as they are trying. The cynical view is, oh, you're just trying because you think X, Y, and Z. I don't care why. No, I know. I'm just saying, I don't care why. And why would you? Why would you care?
I don't.
Why someone... Well, but your view is that you can't trust people because some of them are being nice because you always have ulterior motives.
Sure.
You don't trust anyone else.
Sure, but Bill...
But not everyone's like you.
Okay, that's fair, but I'm just telling you, Bill asked, is it possible for anyone to be nice? In his opinion, yes, you can. In my opinion, no. I feel like people are
but
nice.
It's not an opinion thing. Is it possible for people to just be nice? And the answer unequivocally is yes, because there are all kinds of different people. It's not a question of opinion.
Okay.
Would you consider me to be a nice person?
Sure.
Why do you think I am a nice person? What am I trying to gain from it?
I don't know, networking, making moves.
What
networking?
What networking moves?
Doing some amazing networking.
If someone makes it big and they could be like, you know what, that Bill Squire is such a great guy.
You know
he could
how
come
many
on
guys I know that have made it big?
And they're taking on tour with you? I don't know.
A lot. And yeah, I don't ask for that.
I don't know, man. That's just what I feel. I don't know what you're gearing me up for, but you're prepping me for something.
I just like to. I live by the golden rule. I just treat people the way I want to be treated. I try to just be happy about things and like when I see how angry some people are, it reminds me of how angry I used to be. I used to be a pretty angry person, but I've done a lot of work to get past that, and now I'll have moments of anger, but nothing that weighs me down the way I see it weighing other people down, and I hope those people can figure it out.
Or at least channel your anger in a constructive way,
right.
Not a way that's supposed to F with other people. Being optimistic, they will tell you front to back, is just better for your brain, for your body.
Right.
There's no downside to it. Life's going to kick you in the balls.
Right.
You know that.
But there's also like being overly optimistic, because that's something that I used to do, and I think this is something that Poundcake still does, where he writes a story. I feel like he writes a more negative story, but I would write such a wildly successful story for myself and be like, all right, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and it's all going to...
What do you mean?
There's nothing wrong with that.
But when you don't achieve those things, it would bum me out.
Well, I know, but you're not going to. But nobody thinks they're going to achieve them right away. Like it's always. It's
kind of like when Mary talks about how when she first started stand up and she thought she's going to be famous in like 6 months.
But that's silly.
Right, I understand that, but that's
not a reason to not be optimistic. There's no reason to. I mean, everybody's like, I'm going to do this. It's when people go, I'm going to be a millionaire by 30.
Right.
Well, you are destined for failure then. I mean, just if that's your goal.
Well, it's also learning to set goals over things that I actually have control over versus things that I don't. So that's where I'm optimistic. And again, and when I have anger, I process it and I don't hold on to it the way some people do, where they like it just builds and builds and builds. I get mad about something and then I let it go. And that's the best thing for me.
Switching to your shower door.
Yeah.
By the way, some dude sent us a picture of his slashed ass.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. It looked like a friggin' horror movie.
Well, it was his cousin's ass. Oh, but, man, that was
awful.
Real bad.
Dude broke a glass shower door and slashed his ass cheek.
Yeah, it was...
Anyway, people are getting me hip to the fact that because I recommended just get a new frosted shower door. Those are apparently very expensive. If you were to buy one, they're like $700-800, right? So here's what I'm saying. Because your shower door is not one of these sliding doors. You said it's on a hinge.
It's a hinge door.
Why don't you just get one of those hollow core interior doors that are on bedrooms and rooms in your home and just put that on the shower?
Because I don't think it would be waterproof.
No, but aren't they? They're like
right
masonite. That's waterproof, I think. I mean,
also, with the shower that I have, it's only like 24 inches. So the door, like I went and looked at one at Home Depot, and it's not that expensive. But what I'm thinking is I'm just going to go with the shower curtain that I put up for like a year, and then next year do a whole remodel on the shower and build it out and make it bigger.
But wouldn't it be hilarious to have an interior door on your shower?
It would. It would be very
It's got
funny.
like a brass doorknob on it, and
I'm just going to go take a shower and slam the door.
I'm going to go take another fancy shower. How do you like that? Yeah, well, all right, there you go.
Also, we didn't get to this, but maybe after the break we could. How do thieves get so thick? What are they doing? What's their diet? Do we need to start doing the thief diet?
Yeah. Thick as thieves.
Thick as thieves.
THICC is what they're looking for.
You see those thieves? They were thick.
Uh-huh. Well, the golden rule is great. The platinum rule is even better.
What's the platinum?
Treat others the way they want to be treated, especially for minorities, LGBTQ, etc. Yeah, I have noticed a lot of people are so overly concerned on themselves being heard that they're not really interested in listening to anybody else. Everybody wants to be seen and heard. Seen? Right. I feel like nobody sees me. Maybe you should work less on that and maybe try to see some other people. Try that for a while. Maybe an outward view. Might make you feel good.
Platinum rule. I like that.
The platinum rule. So something for Poundcake to consider.
I'll try.
Even if it's just for selfish reasons, I say give it a go.
Okay. Wait, selfish reason, doesn't that just negate everything?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
No.
That's what we were just talking about.
If you're
we're just trying to get you to be nicer and more trustworthy.
If your outcomes are positive, but they were for selfish reasons, there's nothing wrong with that. Selfish doesn't necessarily mean negative.
But there is a lot of that connotation that selfish is negative. And that's something that I had to reconcile because I thought being like putting yourself first or whatever was the end of the world.
No.
Well,
that's what you're taught in religion.
Right.
We grew up with religion, and all right, I'm going to break. I will have another $1,000 for you to give away. The keyword coming at 3:30 for you to go fuel yourself. So listen for that. And right after the break, I'll have some passes for you to see Kenny Hoopla, Cleveland's own. He's doing a show with some friends at the Agora in October. So if you're a fan, I'll hook you up coming back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have.